Our first story on India Global today is what's happening in China and most importantly, the India-China relationship. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has met his Chinese counterpart. In fact, he's met the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang to address the India-China border issue as part of the Special Representative for Border Mechanism. Ajit Doval headed the India delegation and the 23rd round of talks which are being held after a gap of 5 years. The last meeting was held in 2019 in New Delhi. Now, the two officials and the two sides are expected to discuss a range of issues and thrash out some very important and thorny issues really that India and China continue to have that plague the relationship. One is border dispute, then of course trade and visas and connectivity is likely to be the other. In order to rebuild this bilateral ties, all these issues need to be sorted out. Remember, in the wake of recent disengagement efforts at Depsang and Demchok, signaling a potential breakthrough in the border resolution of the entire dispute. Now, while the talks began at 10 a.m. China time, details of the discussions are yet to emerge. There is expectations on both sides that this will pave the way for basically building up on trust that continues to be in major deficit on both sides. Let's get in Mohammed Ghazali for more on this to fill us in terms of what all can we expect. Ghazali, expectations are high that possibly this could pave the way for greater trust to be built on both sides.
Certainly, but if you see the statement coming out of the Chinese Foreign Ministry since this news came out that Mr. Doval will be arriving in Beijing yesterday and will be holding talks for today on 18th of December, there has been no word used like LSE or standoff or Galvan in their statements for the last 2 days. What has come out from the Chinese side, which gives a lot of hope and positivity to this meeting, is that even Chinese Foreign Ministry says that it is trying to work with India for a long-term commitment on various issues, be it the border standoff, or the sources sort of confirm that there are talks, the talks which happened today must have included issues like connectivity. We have the issue of Mansarovar Yatra pilgrims, the pilgrims who want to go for Mansarovar Yatra, or the flight connectivity issue, as well as trade and investment perspective as well, which would have been discussed by Mr. Doval and his counterpart. India is also trying to see, or India and China both in some terms, Gauri, that we have seen changes in the geopolitical scenario in and around the country, near our borders and also beyond our borders, not just in the Asian subcontinent, but also in Middle East and Europe, and how everybody is siding with one another. There has been complete, what you can say, a polarization. There have been multiple blocs at the global level which are working, and India and China on major of these issues concur. And that was the point when Chinese hinted that India and China can work on multiple such issues. And this, what I'm quoting right now, that India and China have concurred on multiple issues, was part of the Kazan statement when Prime Minister Modi and Xi Jinping met on the sidelines of the BRICS summit.
That may be correct in terms of the geopolitical realities that both India and China live in. But the fact is, Ghazali, that specific issues, the thorny issues remain. The special representative meeting is very important. It's taking place after 5 years. But what realistically can we really hope to take back from this meeting, given that the thorny issues continue to plague the bilateral relationship?
Certainly, because many experts or analysts are also hinting that all these positive statements should not be taken or should be taken with a pinch of salt. Like Chinese may be showing all the intent of resolving the border crisis or resolving the dispute near the borders, but there are multiple reports also coming in that how near Bhutan border or near the other northeastern states of India, that how China has been seen building up infrastructure as well. So on one side, while they have been talking about resolving the border dispute, much needs to be seen in the action. And perhaps now after the meeting, Mr. Doval and his counterpart will issue a statement or will get more details about what was actually spoken about in the meeting or what further action has to be taken, because Prime Minister has met the Chinese President, Foreign Minister has met Mr. Wang, the Foreign Minister of China, and now he's also meeting the Special Representative for the Border Management, Mr. Ajit Doval. And now there will be many more meetings or delegation level talks are expected between India and China, and that will pave the way to see that how things at border or all these border disputes, which way it is going and how soon it is going to be resolved for good.
All right.